testing that I'm live and that everything's working. All right, what's up, everybody? So today is gonna be the final day I'm working on this guy. Um, yeah, today I'm just gonna do 30 minutes. It's been a wild week. Just being super busy and super tired, but I still want to do it every day. I mean, I'd much rather sit down 30 minutes every day than do 4 hours in one sitting and then not touch the project for like a couple weeks. That makes no sense to me. I'd rather just build momentum, and the idea of this project is just to do a little bit every day. And yeah, this week's been wild. I'll just have 30 minutes yesterday, 30 minutes today, and possibly it's going to be 30 minutes tomorrow. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping to do 1 hour, but if not, then that's also okay. And I believe that I might be able to finish this one today. So okay, no more wasting time. I'm gonna set the timer for just one Pomodoro again, and here we go. So already got the line art figured out, and now what I'm gonna be doing next is I'm gonna be selecting this entire guy and doing a flat color underneath it. Generally, I do when I'm working on a complex composition, I usually do. Hold on. When I'm working on a difficult composition, I generally do like not a color, but just grayscale colors, like grayscale value, like a gray value, and then on top of it, figuring out the values for the entire piece, like what's closer, what is and the framing of the different portions of the piece. But when I'm doing characters, I usually just pick an earth tone, and then I start to figure out the colors on top of it, because I don't have that many overlapping items, so it's not an effective use of my time to do the grayscale stuff. And I want to be as polished with it as possible, because afterwards I'm not gonna touch the silhouette again. This isn't gonna be the last time that I'm gonna be touching the silhouette. So I want to make sure that I give it the right treatment. It's a little annoying to do this, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's necessary for the readability of the character next. Because you can easily lose a lot of detail if you don't treat the silhouette carefully, right? So don't want to do that. So here, for example, for the palm trees, kind of difficult, but I think it's necessary to do a little bit of this to show the shape of them. And as always, the idea is that with each step of the process, I have what could be considered finished drawing, right? So my idea is, if I'm just gonna set the flat color down for the line, right? I want it to look like something that could be finished, right? Like I could publish this in the book, I'm not gonna do that though. So I want it to be top-notch quality, but it could be done. Okay, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So I was looking at ancient Incan clothing for this, and there's just a lot of color that I want to pull from it, but it's not going to be possible. Mainly because the idea is that this guy is using only animal stuff that he finds in nature. The idea that giants do not have the technology or the patience or the inclination to do textile work or complex um, artifacts or anything like that. So the idea is that I want to show that they have vanity, and they want to look good, but um, they don't have the colors that you would sort of manufacture in a way. So I have a list of animals from South America. I'm going to be using some of them. Which animal skins are feasible to pull from for this? So there it is. I mean, I have like jaguars and capybaras and otters and sloths, alpaca, all of that. It's gonna be like very different shades of brown and maybe some red, ochre, stuff like that. So I'm gonna start with the palm trees because that's the easy one, right? Palm tree stuff. Rock. Thinking this could also work for this. Might actually change that to red. Yeah, it works a little bit better. Giant. Want to set some reddish tones over here. Give him life, Reddish tones. Alright. I think the palm trees might be a little bit too dark. And something like this looks better. Okay. Skulls. It's more like a bone color. So these are like stuff that you would get from nature. So just putting some green elements whenever I can, There you go. And I really want to just do red for this entire thing. Like, it would look so cool, but I'm not gonna do that because I can't. But maybe some red over here, just to sell it. And then I would need to like alternate to different textile choices that you would get from animals. Yeah. This is one. And now let's get fucking wild. Alright, I want to do like Jawa prints. That's the one that I wanted to explore here. Okay, that's not working. Maybe more orangey and like dark. There. And it's going to be a little bit of a gradient. And the idea here is to like really show that there's a range. So each one of the pieces that he decides to wear. I forgot to do a little bit of this here. I don't know if that works. No. Yeah, let's just wear makeup. That doesn't work at all. So I wanted to pull this color here, and I'll do some animal patterns to that. I'll add animal patterns to that later. And it's difficult to convey the idea that this is all animal material, but I can certainly try. Okay, looks nice. Much more brownish. And then the alpaca, which was and this color right here, which I'm thinking maybe I do another Jaguar print for this. So the idea that he really likes them, it's understandable. They're beautiful animals with beautiful skin. And maybe some like this over here. Yeah, all I can do is like hope that I convey the right ideas with this, right? There we go. So now we considered my flat colors, and my color is just flat color. shit. Just lost my stylus. Alright. After I got that, what I want to do is do another one on top of it, a multiply, and do the shadows. Nothing too crazy. That was a little too crazy. Alright, nothing too crazy. Just something to show some volume before moving on. Yeah, I just want to show that this guy is three-dimensional, right? And I might need to lower the opacity of this later. Yeah, I'll definitely need to do that. There. Looks beautiful. Okay. So this serves two purposes. One is it saturates the image a little bit more because before it was looking a little bit flat. And secondly, it gives us the illusion that he's more three-dimensional than he actually is. Right? Subtle, but it works, it's effective. And I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit because I don't want it to look too... I mean, I want to keep the guy readable, right? But I think that works. Alright, so top of this, a color layer. And sometimes I skip this stage, but in this particular case, I think it is needed because he looks a little bit desaturated right now. And in this stage, I basically just go over it and add a little bit of color where I need it. And sometimes I don't need it, but in this particular case I did need it. Yeah, that doesn't work. Needs to be yellowy. There we go. So hopefully that conveys the idea that this guy is flamboyant, and arrogant, and all of that stuff, but also a savage, right? I think it's good enough. Let's not get too crazy with it. And finally, I'm gonna add some details to it. And the thing is that the line art to me is looking a little too dark. So what I'm gonna do with the line art is I'm gonna overlay, and I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna paint over it with kind of like a reddish orange. And the idea for the idea behind this is to wait, hold on. It's normal. Yeah. It's kind of like desaturate the image a little bit. Especially around the face and all the areas where he is showing his body, you know. There. And let me play around with this a little bit. Yeah, 'cause sometimes I just do like overlay here, or something crazy like hard light or something like that. It looks really cool. But I think that for now, normal layer is working. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, and what were we doing before? Okay, the color layer. That looks cool. And finally, is a details layer. And the only reason I'm going to use this one is because I want to paint the animal skins. And also add some details to the face, you know. And I'm thinking maybe just some paint. Okay, I fucked up. Alright, sorry. I needed to do multiply layer. I forgot. Oh, let's go again. Yeah, let's do like shadow here. The eye. And I wanted to do this, which is paint. So war paint. And obviously it would be from, you know, animals or whatever. It's basically like the twos and stuff, you know? Some here. Make it obvious that he fucking ate them. No, that looks kind of silly. That's a little bit over the top. I think that some middle notch. All right, and need to be smaller. Should I copy and you know, when it comes to texturing stuff like that, sometimes I think that maybe a better idea would to just grab a picture from the internet and like copy on top of it, then overlay layer or something like that. But this is fun. Like like to have fun. And this is so much fun. Just doing this. So much fucking fun. So I'm just do it. I'm gonna just do it like this. By hand. Right? A better use of my time would just be to scan people over the phone and use AI. You know? And I'm not gonna do that because that's not fun. I like to have fun. And art is so much fucking fun. It's the funnest. It's the funnest you can have without being in the risk of contracting an STI. Shit, I want to keep this content family friendly, but it's difficult. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, and this is also like animal skin, but I don't know if I can convey that good enough with this. There. So I think that's it. Pomodoro is time's up. I just want to do one last thing before I go though. I want to give him, wait, hold up. Hold up. Alright, I want to give him like a background color. Yeah. Because right now it looks harsh. Right there, that looks a little bit more subtle. And I'm gonna do shadow for him. Needs to be bigger. There. And I also want to do, I want to paint it a little dude. I want to paint a little dude. So otherwise, and I'm gonna set him at, I'm including here that he's 180 meters tall, because that's the size comparison, right? All right, final thing. Final. I want to give this background like a little bit more texture. I don't want it to look so boring. And maybe I'll add some noise to it, just to the entire image. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'm do this first. Put everything here, duplicate it. This one I'm gonna merge it. And I'm just gonna play around with it for a little bit. This I like. This I like a lot. And also, adding some noise to it. There. So I think this looks better. I don't know. That might just be me, but I like it. And I'm gonna call this piece finished. Yep. All right. That was cool. That was so much fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry it's only 30 minutes long. I really want to keep going, but yeah, this week's been crazy, work and whatever, and I need to go to bed. Otherwise, my wife's gonna hit me in the head, bare knuckled. Um, yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, and just remember that the economy is fake. So follow your dreams, because who gives a fuck?